A desk was stolen from Edmondlow Library this week, and they need you to help them identify the suspects. T, you ever stole a desk before?
No, I've never stolen a desk.
My favorite part of this picture is the security. Like, I like all the students just like, yeah, they're taking their desk. Yeah, it's just a desk step. And I love the security guard, like by the door, just like, yeah, that one's not on my job description. I'm not gonna do anything about that one.
He was just chilling. He just let him march out of there with it.
I like that he has a drink in his hand too. Like, yeah, I got my drink. I got my coffee. I got my desk. Got my backpack. I got all ready to go.
All set. So there's tons to do in Stillwater this weekend. The Botanic Garden at OSU is presenting its annual Garden Fest and Mum Sale tomorrow from 9 to 2. With a new addition this year, Pumpkin Palooza. Mums are on sale for $15 each, along with small pumpkins for $5 and large pumpkins for $10. Join others who share a common interest in gardening and sustainable living for a day of educational workshops, tours, and activities for the whole family. It's also a wonderful opportunity to enjoy the cool weather and view the beautiful landscapes and innovative demonstrations throughout the garden. Experts will be on hand to answer any questions. Artwork, live music, and vendors will be there throughout the day as well. The Cowboy Country Farm Toy Show will be at the Payne County Expo Center tomorrow from 9 to 3 for attendees to buy, sell, collect, and trade farm toys of all scales. Admission is $2 for adults, and children 12 and under are free. There will be a junior and senior display contest alongside the national champion display during the show. The First United Methodist Church of Stillwater is hosting its annual pumpkin patch tomorrow from 9 to 12.
Join the community for children's games, a dunk tank, cakewalk, photographer, and tons of baked goodies. All proceeds go to local missions. Stillwater Life Services is hosting Glow in the Park 5K tomorrow. The fun Glow in the Dark 5K will be held at Boomer Lake starting at 6:30. Throughout the 5K course, attendees can stop at 4 glow zones, which will provide glowing products. Glow station items are included in registration. Walk-up registration at the event will cost $45. After the 5K, attendees are invited to a blacklight party and Wade Tower concert at the finish line. Proceeds go towards Stillwater Life Services missions.
Ohio University announced that they have decided to suspend all 15 interfraternity council organizations on campus after hazing concerns have risen. We have more of the story for you now. Students at Ohio University say the rumblings spread like wildfire Thursday through social media.
We didn't know what the difference from the truth and what was not. We were all just so curious. We really didn't know.
Jimmy Mattiota, Tyler Beatty, and Joe Nespeka, all members of the Beta Theta Pi fraternity, and as of Thursday, they and 14 other fraternities listed in the Interfraternal Council were suspended after concerns that involve hazing allegations.
Does your chapter haze?
Not at all. Nope. It's in our Constitution. If we did, we would get kicked off campus and never be back.
In a letter to the IFC chapter presidents, the university said it received reports of hazing from a total of 7 chapters.
I do believe it's unfair to suspend everybody because, they only have 2, or not necessarily 2, they have 7 people, 7 fraternity days they want to suspend. So suspend everybody, all 15 of us, is kind of unfair.
This isn't the first time fraternities have been in trouble over hazing. Last year, the Sigma Pi fraternity was expelled in the spring because of hazing on top of other violations. Nespeka says it isn't right, and those responsible need to stop giving Greek life a black eye.
Making us all look bad. And we got guys coming up, seeing that they want to join these kind of organizations and to take that away from a school like this. I think it's going to really hurt the entire reputation.
The 15 fraternities can no longer engage in chapter events, meetings, or activities until further notice. The 15 fraternities can no longer engage in chapter events, meetings, or activities until further notice.
It is so much bigger than what they put on the news. They don't see all the academics we put in. They don't see all the brotherhood, the organization, the reputations we get, the alumni connections they give us, all the support. We need to get this figured out as soon as possible because it is not okay. One bad seed does not ruin a whole pumpkin patch.
Mattiota hopes this will be resolved soon because Greek life on OU's campus has much to offer. For the Daily O, I'm T. Johnson. These organizations are hoping the issues get resolved and they'll get to resume activities soon.
Next, we'll hear about one OSU student's journey to becoming a U.S. citizen. Here's more on that story.
Alma Rios, a senior of significance from Buffalo, Oklahoma, in the Arts and Sciences College, has achieved many successes throughout her time at Oklahoma State University, but her upbringing left her unsure for most of her life.
So the whole process of becoming a naturalized American citizen, for me it started in December 2014. I had just turned 18 and I said, I'm gonna do this thing. So I started my application and that took about a month to complete just because I had sporting events in high school at the time. So I did that in my spare time and on weekends. And then I submitted my application in January 2015. I heard back in February about biometrics. So what that is fingerprinting, background checks, pictures taken. So I heard back from them in February, and that's when I did that, I believe. Yes, and then in June, I heard back again, and then it basically saying, hey, you passed and you can go on with this process. And in July of 2015, I took the naturalization test. And what that looked like beforehand was once I was good to go, they sent me a booklet of 100 questions about anything and everything America. So it could have been, it was questions over geography of America, history of America, government, current government officials, just basically anything and everything, and took that exam on July of 2015, and I passed it with flying colors. Then I was basically interviewed as to why I want to become an American, what America means to me, and why I chose to live here, even though I was only 2, so I really didn't have a choice. So testing and interview was over, passed all of that, and then in August of 2015, I became a naturalized American citizen.
Rios was one of nearly 97 different people from 32 different countries that participated in her ceremony in 2015, what she calls her American birthday.
I was born in Mexico, stayed there for 2 years, but I still had like baby friends, right? And so I have those Mexican friends on Facebook, and their lifestyles are so vastly different than what mine is today. Their focus is completely on family and trying to earn a living, whereas mine is education, and that's what my parents wanted for me. So I mean, America truly is the greatest country in the world, in my opinion, and I am so thankful that my parents decided to make that sacrifice so that I could live a better life. The first song that I sang as an American was God Bless the USA, and I had tears in my eyes just because I don't know, I love America, and I'm so glad that I live here and I get to live the American dream.
What an encouraging story.
Last night at the Starlight Terrace in the Student Union, OSU's Feminist Collective hosted their 6th annual Prism Fest. Daily O reporter Jovian is bringing us more on the story.
Women and LGBTQ artists have fewer opportunities to showcase their work. Prism Fest, an Oklahoma State University art event, gives them the welcoming atmosphere that others do not. The Feminist Collective of Oklahoma State University hosted the 6th annual Prism Fest on October 3rd.
Prism Fest is just an opportunity for women LGBTQ artists to express themselves in an environment where they may not always be able to. It's just a way for them to actually show their talents and to display them in front of their peers and in front of the community.
Artists displayed their work of all kinds throughout the Starlight Terrace and the Student Union.
A lot of my work is very emotional, so that goes with the yelling, but it also sometimes leads to me crying a little bit. Overall, it's just very emotional pretty much, and my whole goal is to try to connect to people.
Artists were given the opportunity to sell their work and keep 100% of their earnings.
For me, it's kind of like just a huge way to connect to people and kind of get everybody together to, I guess, celebrate a common goal, which here would be women and members of the LGBTQ community and their art.
The event included performances from artists as well, everything from poetry to original songs.
I think it's important because, kind of like I said earlier, it brings people together. And it shows unity, especially on a campus that's like in Oklahoma, where it might be harder to find your group that you want to be around and who's going to lift you up. So I think Prism Fest is just kind of about unity.
To learn more about the Feminist Collective, Prism Fest, or how you can support women and LGBTQ artists, follow the Feminist Co. on Twitter at OKStateWPAC.
The Prism Fest was actually such a fun time. I really enjoyed that kind of environment. It was really new.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So thank you, Jovian. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get into sports.